For the Kremlin, Venezuela has long been a symbol. Putin is present even in the Western Hemisphere.
Tu-160 flights, naval visits, all this ostentatious epicness. But in reality, it all turned out to be empty window dressing.
Venezuela was needed as an anti-American symbol. We are against the hegemon. We have our own path, sovereignty and values. Meanwhile,
they were running shady oil schemes,
skirting sanctions, diluting supplies, and shipping them to Asia.
Now, even that would be gone. The stories about tankers being released after the Russian flag was painted on them were laughable and pathetic. Russia's role in Venezuela ultimately amounts to wasted loans, unpaid weapons, and a complete lack of real influence.
It's clear that after the return of American business,
the country will gradually transition to Western weapon systems,
and Russian weapons will simply become worthless junk. All the hysteria in the Russian media space boils down to one thing: Moscow failed to protect its ally.
And this is what will go down in history. Maduro was betrayed by his own elite, and Russia had nothing to do with it. It has no time for that now. It's bogged down in Ukraine.
And if Russia can't save Maduro, then the logical question arises: who can it save? Even itself.
Talk of geopolitical control is simply ridiculous.
BRICS, new centers of power, the rejection of the dollar, all of this has suddenly vanished.
All that remains is crying and resentment.
If you simply watch and express indignation but do nothing, you're not a player. The difference between the us and Russia is colossal.
We are part of the Western world. Russia is not.
International law has long since ceased to function, as was made clear in Ukrainian cemeteries. Illusions of non-violent paths under dictatorships are self-delusion. In reality, power is either seized by force, or you are killed or imprisoned. Democracies are imperfect, but they have checks and balances. Even if a leader behaves eccentrically, the system restrains them. This is not the case in dictatorships there. Tyranny becomes the norm. If the US takes control of Venezuela, it won't be theft, but the return of oil to the world market. There will be more oil, and Russia will be able to be economically strangled even more. She has two options: die from war or from poverty. The third option is to remove Putin after that.
Even the most loyal successor will be forced to normalize relations, because no one wants to go to the Hague.
After all, nothing extraordinary is being demanded of Russia. Stop the war, pay compensation for the damage, and live within recognized borders. I see no fear that the West will abandon Ukraine because of Venezuela or Cuba.
We've been through this before with Israel and other crises. If they want to help Ukraine, they'll help.
If not, they'll find any excuse. Ukraine was, is, and will be